Welcome to the Nail Engineer, and today we have got a Madam Glam mini Swatch-A-Thon, and we've got these 5 new colours, which are Hey Honey, Dark Orchid, we've got a Chameleon, which is called Naturally, which goes from like a natural peachy colour to coral. I think it's coral when cold, this colour in the top here, and then the lighter colour when warm. We've got our One Step in Simple Tan, which I'm hoping will be a good replacement for CND satin pyjamas. And then we've got One Step Black is the One. And I already have Perfect Black, but I wanted this one for chroming, using my chroming hack technique, which is just to apply the chrome directly over a One Step gel, being that it's no wipe. So let's crack on and see how these swatch. So first up, let's go for Hey Honey, and I would call this like a mauve colour. It's a bit darker than a lilac. Very good opacity on the first coat. Looking kind of similar in consistency to another really good lilac colour that I've got, which is called Kind of Wonderful. That's the one. I use that a bit for my Halloween manicures. Sorry, just trying to get a bit of fluff out there. Yeah, so that's looking quite opaque on the first coat. With the naked eye, I can see that it is going to need another coat, although it's kind of hard to see on camera. Maybe you can just see it there. So let's get that into cure and move on to the next one. So next up we've got Dark Orchid, which looks quite blue on the website, but I was actually hoping that it wouldn't be quite so blue in person, and it's not. It has got a blue tone to it, but definitely not as blue as it looks on the website. So I would say that this colour probably lies somewhere between Twilight Lilac and maybe slightly lighter than Vintage Blue. And again, you can just see there that it's ever so slightly sheer, but it is practically fully opaque on the first coat. Next up we've got the Chameleon colour, which is called Naturally, and hopefully I'll be able to catch this as it comes out of the lamp, just to show you what it looks like when it's hot, without having to faff about getting glasses of cold water and stuff. Oh, unfortunately there's a bit of a knobble on my pop. Nothing worse than having a knobbly pop. So that's not quite as opaque as the other ones, but I didn't really expect it to be. Let's get it cured and move on to the next one. So now we've got a Simple Tan One Step, which is looking quite similar to me to satin pyjamas. Satin pyjamas is also quite sheer, and you have to kind of like layer it up to get opacity. But I think this would be really good for like a natural, a sheer natural, or like a baby boomer. So you can see there, it is quite sheer. And now Black is the One, and let's just see how it stacks up with Perfect Black in terms of opacity. Yes, as is the case with many of the One Step gels, I'm finding it is quite sheer indeed. Oh my goodness. I wonder how many coats this will take to build opacity. Let's just double check in case she just needs a good shake. Nope, still wishy-washy. Oh shit. Well, this could be the opposite of a hack with the so-called chrome hack, if I'm having to put on like 5 million layers to get opacity. One thing I'm going to try though, because Perfect Black is very stubborn when it comes to the thickness of your coat. You have to do like a really thin coat otherwise it has a propensity to wrinkle. I don't know if you can see that there. You can't see that. It's definitely more see-through in person. However, I'm thinking there's a few kind of I call them silk stockings manicures, where it is like a sheer black with then like an opaque black kind of design on there, like dotting or whatever. I'll flash an image up on this video to show you what I mean. Maybe we can work with the sheerness. Maybe we can use it and work with it to our advantage. Let's see how it turns out anyway. Okay, just a little update. Despite the really thick coat that I put on, you can see it hasn't wrinkled at all. So yeah, this could still be good for the silk stockings idea I mentioned. So at least with it being sheer, you can put a thicker coat on, so maybe you can limit the number of coats that you have to do. And now black is the one step, and I'm going to put a nice thick coat on since it didn't wrinkle at all, which is pretty awesome. It is looking quite a lot more opaque now. And if I just zoom in there, you can maybe see a little bit. Certainly I can see it with my naked eye. It's still a bit sheer, so I think this one might be a 3-coater sadly. And now simple tan, and I'll show a comparison of this with satin pajamas for those of you who are also looking to replace their C&D collection with something that's a little bit more affordable and easy to work with and long lasting. Okay, it is looking a little bit paler to my naked eye, I think, than satin pajamas, but it certainly is a very pretty colour, and I'll get some comparison shots with my other nudes. It is, however, still sheer on the second coat, so I'll work on maybe 1 or 2 more coats and report back. So the verdict is 3 coats of the black is the one step to get opacity, and probably if you chrome in directly on top of it, as I am here with my O-Star Rainbow Carnival. Now I'm using the Rainbow Carnival because this one is the trickiest chrome to get to, like, kind of completely cover, because the others are really like super simple, and that seems to be going on without any real problem at all. Yeah, just a little bit of persuasion required on some of the surfaces, but I would say that that is definitely successful if I can get it to focus in. There it is with O-Star Rainbow Carnival. Excellent. So all of my pops are top coated, with the exception of these 2 here, which are the one step, and I'm just waiting for this one, Naturally, the colour change, to come out of the lamp, and here it is. So you can see again that colour change while I run through the others. So this one here, we have got Hey Honey, and how does it compare to other Madam Glam colours? Well, there you can see it. That's Twilight Lilac. This one is Kind of Wonderful, and this one is Light Lilac. So you can see there's quite a difference, and in fact it's different to any other purple that I've got by Madam Glam, and how it compares to skin tone. Nice dirty hands, yay. Yeah, it's a really nice colour. Then let's move on to Dark Orchid, and you can see there this is Vintage Blue, and this is Kind of Wonderful, and it does pretty much sit in between those 2 colours. And against my skin, if I can get it to focus, It's just a really nice kind of moody greyish bluish mauve colour. Then we've got Naturally, which is the colour change that I was just showing you before, and you can see it there. Ooh. And that I actually put 3 coats on in the end because it just wasn't fully opaque, but this is a clear pop, so you might get away with 2, and they weren't particularly thick coats either. So maybe if you did thicker coats like I did with Black is the One. And here they are with the chrome hack and just by itself. Totally opaque on 3 thick coats. Sorry, I didn't show this against my skin tone in both its cold and its warm colours. So it's kind of, it's like an off flesh colour when it's warm, kind of really pale peach. And then finally we've got Simple Tan, which is a 1-step, and I'll just get a bit of light on this so you can see. It's a really, really nice nude tone. And just to compare Simple Tan, which is this one here, to Satin Pyjamas, this is it here. You can see that it's just a little bit more kind of pinky toned, whereas Satin Pyjamas is a bit more beigey toned and a little bit paler. But it is a very, very, very close match, and there it is compared to my Delicacy and My Oh My. It's looking very similar to Delicacy on screen, but trust me, it's quite different, and even the smallest variation with nude tones can make all the difference. So yeah, I definitely recommend this colour. Anyway, I hope that you found this video useful, and thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.